I'm in the mood to talk about some good things, blessings, abundances, conveniences, opportunities. Before I get started, I will say that I am not saying that we should not be concerned about inflation or shortages, and I'm not saying that the struggle is not real. And I don't like paying for something a gallon for gas any more than anybody else does. But just for a few minutes, I do want to get away from all that and talk about some good things. I do live in the USA, and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. And I know it's different in other parts of the USA, so some of the things that I talk about might not apply to where you live. So I have 16 and a half good things to talk about and a bonus. Number one, where I live, all the students get free breakfasts and lunch at public schools. It wasn't that way back when my kids were in school. Back then, they had to be paid for. But it has changed. And if someone were to ask me, would you rather go back to paying $1 a gallon for gas and the kids no longer get their free breakfast and lunch, or would you rather keep on paying for something a gallon for gas and the kids get to keep on getting their free lunch and breakfast? My answer would be I would rather keep on paying for something a gallon for gas and let the kids keep on getting their free lunches and breakfasts at school. Now, I know the two has nothing to do with each other, and nobody's going to ask me that, but if someone were to ask me that, that's what I would say. I think that that is the greatest thing that has ever happened, is that they now give all the kids free lunches and breakfasts regardless of income. The kids have enough to worry about, and the parents have enough to worry about without having to worry about lunch money and breakfast money. And some parents are struggling, or they were struggling, just to pay for that. So I think that is one of the greatest things that has ever happened, one of the greatest changes that has been made. Number two, this is something that I think a lot of us take for granted. Here in the United States, in public schools, the kids get free tuition and also free transportation to and from school. In other countries, they have to pay for their school tuition. They don't get it for free. They also have to pay for their transportation to and from school. So that is a huge, major blessing that we have, that we've had for a long time, and we just take it for granted. Number three, where I'm at, there are so many jobs. There's signs up everywhere that says help wanted. There's also a lot of employment agencies, and they're all still in business, so that means they're finding people jobs. Now, these jobs may not be the most glamorous jobs, but they are jobs that need to be done in order to keep the world going. There's also organizations here to help people find jobs and to help people with their resume and to help them with interviews and to give them all the skills and resources they need. So here, there is no excuse. Number four, we have medical and dental care. In a lot of countries, they don't have medical and dental care. We have scientists and doctors and students who research and study and probably get 2 hours of sleep a night. And some of them are probably in major student loan debt so that they can bring us medical and dental care on a silver platter. Now, I've had surgery, I've had medical and dental care done, but I'm not the one that stayed up late and researched but other people did. And so now I get it all on a silver platter. And 100 years ago, I would not have been able to have some of the surgeries that I have now because medical technology was not as advanced as it is now. So yeah, if I lived in a foreign country today, or if I lived in the USA 100 years ago, I would not have the medical and dental care that I have today. Number 5, where I'm at, there are certain hospitals and certain medical facilities that offer free or reduced costs or sliding scale costs if you qualify. And there are also colleges here in which you can get the care of a student for free or reduced costs. These students have to take care of patients for a certain amount of hours before they can graduate, and they are under the guidance of a licensed professional. And also, hospitals and medical facilities offer payment plans. Number 6, where I'm at, there is free legal assistance for those who qualify. Number 7, where I'm at, there are organizations and churches that will help you get furniture and clothes or anything else you need. In fact, I knew someone who had to go to one of these organizations to get toilet paper. Now, this was a long time ago. This was before 2020, the year when toilet paper was an issue, but she couldn't afford toilet paper, so she had to go there to get it. Number 8, there are supplemental food programs for kids and babies. There is also summer lunch programs. They have them set up all over town and in most major apartment complexes. Regardless of income, all students, all kids can go and get a free lunch in the summer. And the same for the elderly. There is organizations that delivers meals for the elderly or gives out bags of food. Number 9, there are food banks and soup kitchens. There are churches and other organizations that give out food and meals. Number 10, there are toy drives at Christmas. There are churches and other organizations. You can sign up for it if you need it. There's Toys for Tots, and I heard that Firehouse Subs helps people at Christmas. Number 11, we have automobiles here. And when I say automobiles, whether you drive the car yourself or you use public transportation, we don't have to use horses anymore. And not just automobiles, but we've got other modern conveniences that we are so lucky to have. Number 12, we have abundance here. We have choices, even in the midst of all the shortages, even in the midst of inflation. We still have a lot. We still have a lot of abundances, and we just have a lot. And compared to a lot of other countries, we just have so much more. And compared to how much we had here 100 years ago, or even 40 years ago, we still have so much. We had so much to begin with that we could do with less and still have a lot. Number 13, we have Social Security. Now, I know what you're saying. Social Security is not enough to live on, and it's money that we paid in anyway. Yes, that is true. I am aware of that, but it is better than nothing. And some countries don't have Social Security. They have to depend on their children to take care of them. I don't know what they do if they don't have children or if their children's not speaking to them. Number 14, we have a voice. For example, I am on this platform telling how I feel about this particular subject. And anybody can do it. Anybody can get on here, and it's free to do it. Anybody can get on here and make a video and tell how they feel about an issue. And this is not the only platform. And I guess it's equivalent to, in the olden days, you would write up an article and submit it to the newspaper and hope that they publish it, and then people can read it and find out how you feel about a particular issue. But yeah, they make it so easy for us to have a voice. Number 15, we have freedoms in this country. We have so many freedoms, so many liberties. We just are so lucky. Other countries do not have that. I mean, some do, some don't. I'm just saying that we have it lucky here. And number 16, there are still some good people here. Now, I know there's a lot of bad people. I am aware of that. But there's also some good people. And lately, I've been seeing an increase in good people. In fact, there's a story in the Old Testament. I don't know where it is. If anybody knows where it is, let me know. If not, then I'll just keep on looking for it. To where this one person, I don't even remember who it was, thought that they were the only righteous person, and then God showed them a bunch of other righteous people. He let them know they were not the only good people. But yeah, I have been seeing an increase in good people, and I could give you some examples, and I don't have time to give you a lot, but I'll give you one example. A couple of weeks ago, I was at the gas station. I was getting some gas, and there was this lady that came up to me and gave me $15. I didn't ask her for it. She just gave it to me, said, "Here, get you some gas." Now, the old me would have said, "No, I don't need that." But the new me took it because God might have put it on her heart to give me that. And am I going to turn God down? So that's why I took it. I didn't get offended. I didn't say, "Do I look poor?" I just took it and said, "Thank you." I just thought, well, God must have told her to do that. And you know what? God tells people to do that all the time. In fact, just read the book called Fresh Wind, Fresh Fire by Jim Cymbala. He talks about when they were just starting the Brooklyn Tabernacle back, I think in the 70s. And in their early days when they were struggling and they were having a hard time paying their bills, people would just walk in off the street and said, "God told me to give you this." And sometimes it would be in the exact amount that they needed to pay a particular bill. So yes, there are still some good people out there. And number 16 and a half. And the reason this is a half is because this is not everywhere. And that is, some wages have gone up substantially. Not all wages. Some wages are still down low. That's why I made it a half. But I have noticed some wages have gone up substantially. Now, I would rather the wages stay down low and the prices stay down low. I'd rather it be that way than the prices go up and the wages grow up. But since the prices are going up, we do need to see the wages go up. So yeah, it is good to see that some of the wages are going up. And I know Social Security's not going up. So yeah, that's why that's only a half, not a whole. And now my bonus good thing. We still have chips and salsa and guacamole. We still have chocolate, we still have coffee and cupcakes, we still have good books to read. So I just employed my voice, so that's how I feel about this.